Today we're picking a winner.
Quarterfinals.
Benfica against Liverpool is the first game, and Benfica, the biggest club in Portugal historically, they've just beaten Ajax, Theo. That surprised me.
What a result. Darwin Núñez at the death.
Yes.
The Uruguayan 22-year-old who scored 20 goals this season comes and saves them against a dominant Ajax who really backed themselves to even win it. I was interviewing fans after the Dortmund game earlier on in the Champions League. They backed themselves to go all the way, and they're out at home to Benfica. That says something about the Portuguese team.
It certainly does. Darwin's got 4 goals in this tournament already. Can you see him in the Premier League there?
I definitely can. 22 years old. There's going to be clubs from all around the world looking at him. So if he can continue this form in the next round. But the problem is, it's different class, isn't it? When you face Liverpool, arguably favourites to win the Champions League, Premier League after Manchester City. Benfica have got the first home leg to prove something. But to go to Anfield in the second leg, I don't know, it's pretty favoured out of them. They need a miracle.
Absolutely, Theo. Liverpool are royalty of this tournament. They've won the tournament 6 times. But the injury to Trent, Theo, I know we've got a different view on this, but what worries me a little bit?
I reckon he'll play both legs 90 minutes. I reckon these scans, he might have a little bit of a niggle because he's played too much football right now, but Trent will be fit. They've got Carabao Cup, which they've won, FA Cup still in play for, Champions League, Premier League. Of course, he's not going to want Trent to go play for England in pointless games.
But that is a worry, Theo. All those tournaments that Liverpool are still in, they can't win all of them. Are there too many distractions?
I don't. I think they get a nice little rest now in international break. They bounce back. I think the first leg, Benfica might hold off Liverpool, but second leg, they'll go through. I'm backing Liverpool against Benfica.
There is a selection dilemma, isn't there? Luis Diaz has started really well for his new club, hasn't he? Jota, Firmino. Who do you pick in that front three?
100% you play Luis Diaz against Benfica.
Yeah.
He's scored so many goals against him already in the Portuguese league. He understands the team and defenders. This signing actually works out well for them because he can give them the in the know about Benfica.
Absolutely, Theo. I think this should be a comfortable win. Liverpool have got the best defence in the world from my point of view. The best front three. Benfica should not be a problem.
Yeah, we're both backing Liverpool in this one, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Right, let's go through the next round. Villarreal against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Villarreal got that surprising win against Juventus in the last round, but they're 7th in their domestic league. How are they still in this tournament?
Because Unai Emery has full focus on the Champions League. And what an incredible story it was when they knocked out Juventus at the Allianz Stadium, their own ground. Not 1, not 2, but 3-0. They battered them.
Danjuma, Theo, is really impressed. 5 goals and 1 assist in this tournament. Is he a player that could come to the Premier League?
Well, he was in the Premier League, Bournemouth, and he was a write-off.
Do you know what?
He came back.
I'd forgotten
Unai
that.
Emery has turned him into a Champions League winner. He absolutely shagged Manchester United.
Yes.
We called it against Juve. He scored a pen, and they went through. He's someone who, it's proving that Unai Emery is a top manager. He's turned players round. I was watching that Juve-Villarreal game, and although Juve were dominant with possession, shots on target, they were in their own box, but all of that stats means nothing.
Yeah.
The only statistic that matters in football is goals. And when Villarreal were on the ball, they were very quick with it. They transitioned well, countered, and scored 3 excellent goals. But Bayern, I mean, they're absolutely ruthless. 7-1 against RB Salzburg. I know we roasted them a little bit from the first leg draw, but they bounced back, and Lewandowski and the lads absolutely pummeled them.
Absolutely, Theo. They've been the champions of the Bundesliga 9 years running. It's going to be a 10th as well.
Yeah.
They're scoring 3 goals every game at the moment in the league, in this tournament. Surely it's going to be a walkover.
Yeah, to win the Champions League, you have to be ruthless, like I mentioned. But my worry is the European away form.
Yes.
When they go to different stadiums and they absolutely get attacked at and the atmosphere is coming at them, what happens? Because Salzburg were able to hold them out for a draw. Their fans were incredible and they did that. But Bayern Munich, are they really going to win the Champions League this year? Because of course I'm going to back them to go through against Villarreal.
Absolutely. Lewandowski, we have to talk about him. He's leading the Golden Boot race, isn't he? Ahead of Sebastian Haller, who obviously won't catch him now.
Here's the thing.
12 goals.
Against Salzburg's second leg, although they won 7-1, they played 5 attacking players. Every midfielder was basically an attacker. It was like a 4-1-5. Sané, Muller, Gnabry, Coman plus Lewandowski.
Yeah.
5 attacking players. You can't play that against a top team. You can't miss out midfielders and go all-out attack against a Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. It will be interesting to see how the manager changes the tactics against the top teams and how they do.
Yeah, do you think Bayern Munich have a weakness? Do they have an Achilles heel that can be exploited?
They do, and it's their midfield. That's why they're trying to get Ryan Gravenberch. I think if you can dominate the midfield and start to run the game against them, they will be beaten this season.
Yeah, because you're right there. They've got so much attacking talent, so many exciting players. We've not even mentioned Leroy Sané. We've not even talked about Thomas Muller. Kingsley Coman, one of my favourites.
They don't play top teams every week.
No.
In the Bundesliga, Rangers beat Dortmund. This season, Dortmund are a write-off. They can't be dialed in for the top teams until they face them.
Yes.
So it'll be a good task later on in the round, and we will predict that.
Manchester City against Atletico Madrid. Now, Manchester City absolutely battered Sporting Club de Portugal at their home ground, Theo. Surely City are too good for this team.
I think so. And I know they beat the other side of Manchester, Atletico, and I was at both legs, and I can tell you, United have no fight, they've got no dressing room, they've got no character, the tactics don't work, the players, half of them don't even look like they want to be there. You cannot compare that to the other blue side of Manchester, who right now are looking like the best team in the world. I know they had one slip up at Palace,
yes,
but apart from that, they've had nearly perfect form, and they don't even have a number 9. They don't need one with Pep. This is the final piece to the puzzle of Pep's trophies to win. Of course, if they unlock the Champions League, they can then get the Super Cup and the other things that come with that, but it all starts here. All focus on Champions League. I don't have one thought in my mind that sees Diego Simeone knock out the City team.
But what about João Felix, the brilliant João Felix and those bullet headers there?
Look, I know City might miss Ruben Diaz. He might be back for this match.
Yes.
João Felix, he's had a good run of scoring. We know that his form will come to an end against City. It's different sort of levels here. What it comes down to is the second leg is played at Wanda Metropolitano.
Yes.
So City really need to kill off this first leg at the Etihad and get about 3-0 up to feel comfortable going to Madrid.
Right, but let's pause here, because Atletico Madrid have won their last 5 games in La Liga, Theo. They're in very good form at the moment. And you could argue they've got nothing to play for in the league. They can focus on this tournament. City have this ability to bottle the Champions League. Never forget that.
But they should be fired up for it more than ever. The previous years, getting to a Champions League final and losing, the experience of that is actually brilliant this year. And I don't see an issue in the quarterfinal.
But what I saw at Old Trafford, Theo, was just the maturity and the tactical genius of that team. They did all they had to do. They got an early goal and they sat on it. Okay, I'll agree with you, Theo. I think City will go through, probably by 2 or 3 goals over the 3 hours. Chelsea against Real Madrid. What a classic this is going to be. Chelsea beat Lille in the last round, but we know about their problems off the pitch with the owner, Theo. Can that distract them?
Or will that help them? The togetherness within the squad right now, they just come off a big 2-0 win away at Borough, which, by the way, is not easy.
Yes.
Goals from Ziyech and Lukaku. And I just thought the way they played and come together now, with all the issues upstairs, like you mentioned, I think it's amazing. My mate spoke to Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz literally said, if we have to pay for hotels on away trips, we'll do that out of our own pocket. They care that much for the club. They want to bring trophies to the table this season. I have a weird feeling this will bring everyone together, even though the second leg's going to have to be at the Bernabeu again, and Real Madrid were incredible against PSG to knock out Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, and Kylian was on form.
Yes.
It's difficult when you bring it to their own stadium in the second leg. It's about 50-50, isn't it?
Well, Theo, Chelsea have won their last 5 Premier League games, so despite everything going on off the pitch, they're pretty good on it. But what worries me a little bit, Theo, is the injuries, Reece James, Ben Chilwell in particular, but also Lukaku. Does he really fit into that?
Lukaku, he scored against Borough. Don't write him up. He scored in his last game. You can't blame him for scoring. It's always, Lukaku, this, Look at the stats. He scored. For me, personally, Real Madrid, you take Benzema out of that team, they look a shambles. Barcelona, 4-0. El Clasico, they showed nothing. When they miss Benzema, they've got nothing. So if there is a chance that Karim doesn't play in this game, Real Madrid are out. Guaranteed. I've got a weird feeling Real Madrid will get knocked out of Europe here. And I know that I'm looking forward to the second leg, mainly. It all depends on whether at the Bridge Chelsea can really batter them. Going away for the second leg will be so difficult in Spain, around that atmosphere. I was there at the PSG game second leg, and they do create a problem. The experience of Modric, Alaba in that team, Toni Kroos, who will just ping balls left and right and wait for the moment to come where they pounce.
Do you know what, Theo? At the moment, Chelsea, I know they've had a good run of games, but their defence looks a little bit cobbled together as Piliqueta and Sarr have come in. Are they good enough on the big European night?
Who do you back? Because I'm going to say Chelsea to go for it.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Real Madrid have too much up front. We've not mentioned Vinny Jr. We've talked about Benzema and that incredible hat-trick against PSG.
Vinny Jr. was in Araujo's pocket on the El Clasico.
Theo, we know Vinny Jr. is a quality player.
Against PSG, they're farmers. I mean, they literally have, they're like United in sense of no cohesion and togetherness within the squad, just a bunch of individuals.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen here. The first round is going to be a 0-0 or a 1-1 at Stamford Bridge. It's going to go back to Real Madrid's ground, and it's going to be a Real Madrid victory.
You're telling me Chelsea are getting knocked out by Real Madrid?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Honestly, just roast him in the comments now. I can't see that. I understand what you're saying. Real Madrid have won the most Champions League titles. They've got that experience. But for me right now, you compare the squads. Tuchel knows how much it matters.
Theo, Benzema against Lukaku. Who do you go for?
Chelsea are the number one team in the world right now. They're the Super Cup Champions League winners.
Yes.
That team has proven it already. Kai Havertz masterclass.
Theo, I'm not going to talk about the semi-finals.
Why?
Because we've not got 10,000 likes yet.
Well, that's a good point. 3, 2, 1. Thank you for liking. And yeah, we may as well crack on with the semis. Semi-finals. The first side of it. Liverpool against Bayern, we both agreed on. Who is going through?
I tell you what, that will be absolutely brilliant. This could be the best game of the whole tournament. Season. It's going to be so attacking. There's going to be so many goals. But like I said earlier, Theo, Liverpool have got the best defence in the world, the best attack in the world. They're going through to the final.
Over 2 legs, yeah.
Over 2 legs, yes.
It will be something special. I'm going to back Liverpool.
Yes.
I've said this already. I hinted at the issues at Bayern Munich. As long as Liverpool rest their players accordingly and maybe even play some of the youth and some of their rotated options in the cups, like the FA Cup games they've still got going, Premier League, I think they'll be fine. Yeah. Second semi-final.
Manchester City against Real Madrid, I think, Theo. And this is going to be another very good game. But this is easy for me to predict because overall, Man City, they're just absolutely brilliant. We've talked about them already. Man City to get to the final and play Liverpool.
And my semi-final is City against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Estadio de Dragao. I was there last year for the Champions League final when these two teams faced. This is where I back the City because they're going to want it more. Like I said, Pep's final piece, the puzzle, it's going to happen. He's going to the final. That means we have the same final. City and Liverpool.
Oh my goodness, Theo. I don't even know what to say here. You might as well just toss a coin, but I've been saying it all along. At some point, the blue side of Manchester will win this tournament. Gonna be this year. Manchester City are gonna win the Champions League.
That's boring. Go different from me. You know I'm gonna back City. Well, why are you agreeing?
Are you backing City?
Of course I'm backing City. I've said Liverpool to win the Prem, City to win the Champions League.
Oh, I'm sorry. We should disagree.
You should have watched Sky. You should have watched Sky on Saturday morning, you mug.
Oh, you were pretty good on that.
Oh, thank you, mate. So we're both backing City.
We're both backing City.
Who are you backing in the comments below? That's it. The Champions League draw predicted from where we are now all the way to the final. And by the way, the sun's out in London. Weather's getting better. There's some great games of football. I'm loving life right now. And I want to see your predictions in the comments.
I'm going off to play tennis, but I'm not going to drink a beer because I'm on antibiotics there.
Why?
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, everyone have a great day.
Have a good one.